All right, well, Science Warriors, tomorrow is our December DBA for 6th grade science, so this is going to be a helpful review of some of the types of questions you might see. They're not quite exact. They're a little bit on the simple side, but they go over the concepts that you will need to know. So this is how this works. I will put up the task cards from the review today in class, one at a time, read the question, move on. You will need to pause and answer the questions all the way through the video. And once you do, at the end will be the answer keys for both sets, or for all the different sets. I have one for the task cards that are numbered 1 through 32 that looks somewhat similar to this. And then I have another answer key for task cards that will look like this. So make sure that you pay attention to that. All right, let's get started. Task card number 1. A student has two 100 milliliter beakers of different clear liquids, both at room temperature. The student mixes them. Which of these reactions would not show a chemical change? A student mixes two clear liquids and the mixture slowly turns orange. Which conclusion can we draw about the clear liquids? Someone boils water until it evaporates. What kind of change has happened and why? A half-eaten apple turns brown. How do we know that this is a chemical change? Number 5. A student mixes two chemicals and sees the production of bubbles, the formation of a precipitate, the change in shape, and heat being produced. How many of these observations indicate a chemical change? Number 6. A student places a cold ice cube in a glass of water and the ice cube gets warmer. Then she stirs together two room temperature liquids and the mixture gets very hot. Which one of these is a chemical change? And that will conclude the section that covers chemical and physical change, or better yet known as the formation of new substances. Okay, task card number 7 begins minerals. The color of a mineral is in powdered form. On the Mohs hardness scale, the lower the number, the blank the mineral is. Two mineral samples both appear yellow in color and have a metallic luster. Sample 1 can be scratched by fluorite, but fluorite scratches sample 2. Are sample 1 and sample 2 the same mineral? Number 10. Two samples of two different minerals are both silver in color and have a metallic luster. What else might a student do to tell the minerals apart and identify them? Number 11. What would a student do to identify a mineral by luster? Number 12. All of these tests that could be used to determine the identity of a mineral except. Number 13. Topaz will scratch calcite. This means topaz is blank. Okay, number 13 marks the end of minerals. We will now begin energy resources. Camera to focus. Number 14. Why is it beneficial to use natural gas? (15) A major disadvantage to nuclear power is... (16) Which two energy sources require open space? (17) Which energy source uses agricultural and forest byproducts? Number 18. One advantage of burning coal is... And 19. Which energy source produces the least amount of carbon dioxide when burned? Number 19 marks the end of energy resources. We now will begin talking about heat. Number 20. One example of conduction is when (21) heat energy is transferred to a beaker of water on a heated hot plate by number 32 or 22. One example of radiation is when (23) heat flows from warmer objects to cooler objects until both reach the same temperature. True or false? (24) The direction thermal energy moves is from (25) One example of convection is when number 30 or 25 marks the end of Heat's task cards. Next is energy transformation. Number 26, the total energy of our universe. (27) If a battery powers a circuit to turn on a light bulb, what type of energy comes from the battery? Be sure to read questions like this very carefully. What type of energy comes from the battery, not what energy is in the battery. There's a difference. 28. When plants use the sun to produce their own food, it is the transfer of number 29. A hand-cranked flashlight represents number 30. The energy stored in bonds between atoms is number 31. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It transforms from one form to another. True or false? Number 32. What energy is shown when animals migrate to a new home? With that ends the topic of energy transformation. Okay, we have one more topic worth of task cards. These have to do with density. Task card number 1. What is the density of an object with a mass of 60 grams and a volume of 2 centimeters cubed? Centimeters cubed is the same as cubic centimeters. Task card number 2. You are given the following information. Mass equals 48 grams. Volume equals 25 cubic centimeters. What is the density? You have a rectangular gold brick that is 2 by 3 by 4 and has a mass of 48 grams. What is its density? Don't forget, this is a 2-part question. You must answer the first part in order to answer the actual true question, which is part 2. Question 4 for density. Bob, who weighs 150 pounds, found a rock. What is the density of a rock if its mass is 36 grams and the volume is 12 milliliters? Next, number 5. A stack of pennies has a mass of 18 grams and a volume of 5 milliliters. What is its density? And that will conclude the task cards for density. Now for the answers. For numbers 1 through 32, here are the correct answers. Sorry if that is hard to see. And for the density task cards, numbers 1 through 5 here will be the correct answers. Alright, boys and girls, hopefully this helps going through these questions and kind of practicing seeing simple questions on these topics. Your DBA tomorrow will be difficult if you are not prepared. So please make sure to look over the 6 topics one more time and be ready for this test, as many different people will be looking and watching how you perform. Make sure you get plenty of sleep, eat a good breakfast, and I will see you tomorrow. Good luck, and like always, peace.